Welcome, dream travelers. Tonight we're diving into something that feels almost mythical, yet is backed by decades of research, neuroscience, and documented psychological evidence. We're exploring the actual, scientifically recognized benefits of lucid dreaming, the real ways it can change your mind, your emotions, and even your body. If you've ever wondered whether lucid dreaming is more than just a cool party trick, or if it has real impact on mental health and waking life, this is the breakdown you've been waiting for. Let's begin with something simple. Lucid dreaming isn't new. This practice appears in ancient Tibetan dream yoga, in Egyptian dream temples, in the journals of Greek philosophers, and in the teachings of indigenous cultures across the world. But only recently has science caught up, studying what cultures have known intuitively for thousands of years. When you wake up inside a dream, when you become conscious in a world made out of your own mind, something powerful happens, something measurable. One of the most well-documented benefits is the reduction of nightmares, especially recurring ones. Many people don't realize this, but nightmare therapy is actually one of the earliest clinical applications of lucid dreaming. Psychologists began using it for patients experiencing repeated night terrors and even PTSD-related dreams. The results were remarkable, even gaining a tiny bit of control, changing the ending of a dream, interacting with a frightening image, or simply reminding yourself that you're dreaming. Significantly reduced both the frequency and emotional intensity of nightmares. People reported sleeping better, waking up calmer, and carrying that sense of empowerment into their days. What's fascinating is that the dream doesn't have to become positive to be healing. It just needs to be aware. Awareness is the antidote to fear, and this leads us into the second major benefit, emotional regulation. During a typical dream, the rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, is mostly offline. But in a lucid dream, it lights up. This is the center responsible for logic, self-awareness, and emotional control. It's the part of you that makes decisions rather than reacting. Studies have shown that activating this region during REM sleep acts almost like emotional training. People who lucid dream tend to develop more stability, less reactivity, and better emotional management in waking life. Some researchers even compare lucid dreaming to a form of spontaneous mindfulness or meditation, except instead of sitting on a mat, you're floating over mountains or walking through surreal worlds created by your subconscious. Creativity is another area where lucid dreaming has measurable, documented effects. When you become lucid, you're stepping into a space where the brain is more flexible, more symbolic, and more open than it ever is in waking life. Artists, musicians, writers, and scientists have all used lucid dreams to solve problems and generate new ideas. Salvador Dali trained himself to access a semi-lucid dream state to inspire his paintings. Nikola Tesla famously worked with dream imagery and hypnagogic visions. In modern research settings, participants often report breakthroughs that feel like accessing a different part of intelligence, one where ideas blend together, symbols reveal hidden messages, and impossible combinations spark new inventions. It's creativity without the limits of physics, logic, or fear. But maybe the most surprising benefit is this. Practicing skills in a lucid dream can actually improve them in real life. Yes, physically. Studies have shown that when people rehearse movements in lucid dreams, their waking performance improves. This is because your brain simulates movement using the same neural pathways that activate during real physical training. The body may be asleep, but the motor cortex is alive, firing, learning. Athletes use this, musicians use this. Anyone working on coordination, accuracy, timing, or confidence can access their dream world as a limitless rehearsal space. You can practice public speaking without anxiety, rehearse a difficult conversation, or refine a dance routine in perfect conditions where fear doesn't touch you. These effects ripple into self-confidence and anxiety relief. One of the most common reports from lucid dreamers is a subtle but profound shift in how they feel about themselves and the world. When you realize you can face fears within your own mind, you naturally feel braver when you wake. Challenges feel more manageable. Emotional triggers lose their charge. It's like training your psyche from the inside. And for individuals who struggle with sleep paralysis, that frightening moment when the mind wakes but the body doesn't, lucid dreaming practices often reduce the fear around it, or even transform those episodes into intentional lucid dreams. We also can't ignore the therapeutic aspect. Some early but compelling research suggests lucid dreaming may help people gently revisit traumatic memories and reshape their emotional relationship to them. This works similarly to therapies like EMDR, where the brain processes distressing memories in a low-threat environment. In a lucid dream, you're in the safest possible simulation, one where nothing can truly harm you, and you can introduce support, change outcomes, or observe without being overwhelmed. It's not a replacement for therapy, but it can be a beautiful complement, a doorway into deeper self-understanding. Then there's the dream itself, the landscape of the subconscious. Lucid dreaming provides direct access to the inner world of symbols, memories, fears, fantasies, and desires. It allows you to speak with figures who represent different aspects of your psyche, explore places your conscious mind has forgotten, or receive insights that feel strangely wise. Many lucid dreamers describe experiences of clarity, peace, awe, or spiritual connection. Some say it feels like remembering a truth they already knew, even if you approach it from a purely scientific perspective. The ability to observe your subconscious in real time is extraordinary. No other state offers that much transparency. And beyond all the research, the metrics, the brain scans, there's one more benefit that might be the most important of all: meaning. People often wake from a lucid dream with a heightened sense of purpose, curiosity, or wonder. These dreams remind us that reality is not as rigid as it seems, that consciousness is vast, mysterious, fluid. They open the door to the possibility that our inner world is just as important, just as rich, as the physical landscape we walk through every day. When you experience that, even once, life feels a little more magical, a little more spacious, a little more alive. So yes, lucid dreaming has scientifically documented benefits: reduced nightmares, improved emotional regulation, increased creativity, skill enhancement, trauma processing, anxiety relief, self-awareness, and a deeper connection to the subconscious mind. But the true gift of lucid dreaming is that it bridges two worlds, the conscious and the unconscious, the waking and the dreaming, the logical and the symbolic. It shows you that you are not just a passenger in your mind, you're a creator, a participant, a traveler moving through inner galaxies made entirely of thought, memory, and imagination. And once you know that, you don't look at sleep the same way again. You don't look at yourself the same way again. You realize your mind is capable of more than you ever imagined. And every night is an invitation to explore it. Keep your eyes open, even when you're dreaming.